Hey guys, it's me, Vikkstar123 with another Black Ops 2 gameplay and commentary, and actually what I'm going to start doing now is focusing the videos around what I'm actually talking about and getting really good stuff to talk about rather than the gameplay itself, because no one seems that interested in it at this point in time. So that is what we're rolling with. And yeah, one-way trip to Mars. So Vikkstar123's linked out an article basically about a Mars one-man mission to Mars, which will which will be linked in the description. You guys can read up on it maybe before you go any further and listen to me talk about it. I'll very briefly sum it up for anyone that's not too interested in reading, but it's actually really interesting to think about. But basically, they're seriously considering getting 3 or 4 astronauts, training them for 8 years, all that kind of stuff, in all sorts of stuff, then sending them on a 6-month journey to Mars, and having them live there, and then every 2 years sending out more inhabitants. They'll send them with water, dried food, stuff to set up to live in, and create kind of little micro environments, which they've already done on Earth, created, completely self-conserved areas of living. And they're going to basically do that on Mars. These people will live there, they'll start conducting research, they'll live their lives, they'll have to spend 6 months and then 2 years with the same 2 or 3 people in really confined spaces. You can read all about this in the article, and yeah, they're just going to have to build civilization from there. And it's a crazy thing to think about, just to consider at this point, because there's been nothing like it in recent history. I mean, it's what a lot of people did in the very olden ages. People from England decided to set off and sail, west across the ocean until they got to the Americas, or what they thought was East India, and start living there. Obviously, this is a different situation, because obviously the vast travel space that has to be travelled through means that not many people can travel and they don't have many resources. It's a very long trip, but it has been done. It will require some pioneers to do that. It's not my cup of tea. Let me know in the comment section below whether it's something you'd be interested in or not. And the thing that I was thinking is there's just so many extreme and crazy aspects of this. Just the fact that you really do have to spend, 2.5 years with the same 2 or 3 people, and when you're there, you're pretty much governed by no laws, because who's there to stop you from doing anything? You have to really trust these people you're travelling with out to Mars. And then even though they may be completely fine and mentally stable and you get on with them really well, before you leave, after you've been in a spaceship with them for 6 months, maybe you're not going to get on so well. Maybe they've gone a little crazy. That's, something that has to be considered as a genuine thing, which is just unreal. And, say, 4 years later, there's 8 people there. What if one of them just goes crazy and decides to enslave all the others? Or it's just a ridiculous situation to think of. But it is a direction that humans definitely need to move on, because the Earth, for millions of years has been a safe place, but it's not somewhere that is always going to be safe. We're not safe from ourselves with, the nuclear weapons that exist. We're not safe from asteroids, aliens, whatever. Eventually, billions of years into the future, the sun is going to burn out. But there's all these sorts of, considerations. And, to Mars has to be a really big step for us at this time. But with how fast technology improves, there could even be a situation that these astronauts have set off to Mars. They've been gone 6 months, and then 4 months later, a faster spaceship is developed, and that sets off, and that takes a month to get there. So that one gets there before them. With how fast technology is developing, is there ever a right time for interplanetary and intergalactic travel? It's just a crazy new frontier, and throws up so many, crazy questions and uncompared situations that I find pretty much fascinating, and hopefully you guys too. I mean, that's all I'm aiming to do here, sharing with you the article, giving you my thoughts and just some things to think about on the matter. It's crazy. I mean, it's something that has to be done, something we're going to have to do at some point, but, in the next 10 years, is that too soon? How crazy is this stuff going to be? I mean, there's 8 minutes of delay on light between Mars and the Earth, so you wouldn't be able to phone anyone, because you'd say something, they'd hear that, and 8 minutes later, and then they'd say something back. You'd have to it would be like, texting someone, but they only reply every 8 minutes. 8 minutes both ways, so it'd be 12 minutes. I mean, sometimes you may have friends that do take 16 minutes to reply, but even so, it's a crazy, crazy situation. I just wanted to share with you guys the article and my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this sort of thing going into the future. Let me know if you want to see more, all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys sometime soon.